everybody. It's good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us here on Zoom. My name is Dan Vasquez, and I'm so happy to have you with you. This to away we go. Freezing mountains, warm people, unique landscape, majestic fjords that cut deep into the rocks, enchanting towns, and spectacular sunsets. Norway is a dramatic country full of contrast, with a sunset or the sun shining at midnight, and then the eternal dark periods of times during the winter. Norway is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful places in Earth. It's home to some natural, incredible wonders of the world, also fascinating history, and according to Google, one of the happiest places on Earth. Norway is not cheap, but it's definitely worth visiting. I'm so glad you're joining me today for Away We Go, and welcome to the show. I want to say shout out to everyone who's here. I want to thank you, Diego, Whitney, and everybody else watching live on Zoom. If you want to join us, if you're watching on Facebook, want to jump in on Zoom, you can do that as well, and we can welcome the questions that you have today. So today we are going to this majestic country of Norway. I'm gonna take over the screen and I'm gonna share. Now in today's program, we have several surprises. Some of my friends have recorded their own CD from the band Spec the Rain. So we're gonna listen to three other songs as we go in the show. So the music that you'll be hearing as we're looking at the pictures. This is the, the 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 recording that my friends did. So I'm taking over the screen and we're going over to Google Earth, and here we are. This is our home. Oh, all right. So once again, thank you all for being here, and feel free to ask questions. And am I sharing my screen now? And ask questions or any comments that you may have. So prepare your passports, get your stuff ready, and we're taking off from Columbus, Ohio, all the way to the beautiful European country of Norway. For those of you that didn't know, Norway is the fifth largest country in Europe. As we can see, this is where it's located on the this part of the world. Now, this is connected to the mainland of Europe, but a lot of people don't know that these islands also belong to Norway. Svalbard on the north part are also Norwegian parts. So when we look at the map of Norway, Norway is connected on the north part of Europe, north of Germany, Denmark. On the east side, we have Sweden, and on the west side, we have the ocean. But what most people don't know is that Norway does connect to Russia. So Russia and Norway do share a border, and you can see it all the way up here. I have the privilege to been to Norway several occasions. I believe it's three or four times, and it is just a fascinating country. And I'm gonna take you right here to the capital of the country, which is Oslo. Oslo is a majestic city. It's home to about 700,000 people, but this city is one of the, well, let me take that to the off. And there we are. One of the most modern cities that I've seen. Oslo is in the middle of a fjord. Now, for those of you that don't know what a fjord is, I need to go back and show you this. A fjord is the piece of an ocean, a body of water that comes from the ocean and comes right into the land. Norway, probably Norway, Alaska, and Greenland are the only countries in the world that have at least this many number of fjords. As you can see on the coast of Norway, all of those little veins, I don't know how well you can see it on your screen. These are parts of the ocean, the water that has broke through the rocks and makes its way right into the land, causing an incredible landscape and views. And these are the famous fjords. Now, nobody really knows what is the coastline of Norway because nobody has ever taken the time to do thousands and thousands of fjords that are found right here in the coastline of Norway. But when you go in here and you contrast the altitude of the mountains with the water that comes from the ocean, you get incredible views. So the capital of Norway, the city of Oslo, as I said, is a home for about 700,000 people, and it's one of the greatest and most modern cities. One of the things I love about Oslo is that Oslo probably is home to the most Tesla cars anywhere I have ever seen. I mean, even the taxis use use Teslas. So as we're seeing right here, we're looking around and we're looking at this beautiful city. Many famous people come to Oslo for many reasons. Maybe you've heard of this famous prize that intelligent or incredible people have get, and it's called the Nobel Prize. Have you heard of the Nobel Prize before? Well, the Nobel Prize are given right here in Oslo. When President Barack Obama received the Nobel Prize award, he came right here to this city, and this is where he received the the reward. Now, the entrance to the city is welcomed by this fortress built many years ago. Now, uh, Norway, it's a country that has existed for hundreds of years. Its history is rich. It was actually uh, King Harland who unified the nation in the 1900s. Then, in the mid age of Norway, in the 1500s, Norway unified with Denmark and unified with Sweden. And then later on, um, Norway fought Sweden to obtain their independence and become a nation once again. Now, most of you will know that Norway it's famous because of the Vikings. Now, the Vikings, it's the stories of the Vikings is incredible because the Vikings dominated the world at one point. However, the uh, even though the Vikings dominated the world, Norway suffered through different things throughout its history. But then once again, Norway becomes to the top of the European Union, and now it's considered one of the best countries of all of Europe. And as you can see, as we're moving through the city of Norway or Oslo, this is you can see the famous landscape and all the beauty that is in here. Small streets, but amazing architecture, design, art, and most important, the warmth of the people. The Norwegian people is one of the most friendliest you will ever encounter. I want to show you something very special that is here from the city. Let me see if I can locate it. And this is normally the entrance to the city. Okay, here is the Opera House. It's very spectacular. Let's look what it looks like in person. That's from the port. Let's go to the street view. Oh, this is when the construction was taking place. But you can see from here the Opera House. And right across from it, I believe, if I'm not wrong, is this building right here. It's where you get the Nobel Prize. Many famous people have come out of Norway. Um, People have great inventions, incredible musicians, incredible scientifics, writers, and much of the history of England comes from Norway. Here is the park. So the palace, it's right up here. Are you picking up all of this noise? All right, so I want to take you to some of my pictures from my trip to Norway. So um, I want to show you some pictures from Oslo. This is the downtown area of Oslo, just beautiful. Now, this picture, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this picture is an image of the wealth of the people that live in Norway. I mean, Norway is now one of the wealthiest nations, not only all of Europe, but of the world. People that have fought, people that have pushed through and have found success. Norway found oil, and they're one of the top producers of the world in oil. So here is the fjord of Oslo. I don't know if Robert can help me. While we're going through these pictures, can you play one of the songs? Are we able to do that? Or? Oh, no, he's fine. I checked with the author. He's my friend. So I told him what I was going to do it. I got the permission. Yeah. And I got it in writing. Just kidding. So this is a picture of the downtown in Oslo. This is one of my favorite pictures. As you can tell, the people here enjoy walking outside. Very European, but also very clean and very modern country. This is a restaurant, and this is the song from "Expect the Rain." So enjoy the music uh, as we look into the pictures. This is the building where you receive the Nobel prizes. This is where Barack Obama. This is where all the people that have received the Nobel Prize. This is the place where they will come. The Nobel Peace Center. Also, one of the things about the Norwegians is their skills for wood crafting. They're literally artists, and their experience with wood is amazing. Here is the place where the government makes the law. Now this hotel right here where you're looking at, it's the Grand Hotel. It's in downtown Oslo. And this balcony right here is kind of famous because when President Barack Obama was here to receive his Nobel Prize, he came out through that window and waved. And everyone that receives the Nobel Prize stays on the suite of this hotel right here. There is again the Grand Hotel. And this is the place where the law is made. Now here is the picture of the flag of Norway. If you can look at it, it's red, white, and blue, and the cross. Norway is a Christian nation, so Christianity came in the year 1000 by one of the kings and made Christianity the religion of the nation. And it was the big Viking king Olav Tryggvason and Olav el Santo who introduced Christianity to the Christian in the year 100. This is the palace where the king lives. Now, Norway is a democracy. It's a great example of a capitalist nation, and but they are a democracy with a royal family. So the royal family is more of a symbol. He doesn't really move into. It's a respected position, of course, and there is a honor to the king family, but the king is not ruling the whole nation. There is a prime minister and there are laws and everything. So from the palace, you can look down into the streets and go down to this beautiful city of Norway. So we're going to some of the pictures when we get there. Now, this is from a previous trip in Christmas, and I want to show you the streets of Oslo at night. It's decorated during Christmas. Some of these are live pictures. That's the movement you see. So again, feel free to interact with me. Send me your questions, comments. If you've been to Norway and you want to tell me about it, go ahead, we can talk about it. Again, there's some of the action in Norway. I love this transportation. Like I said, people are very conscious about their health. In Norway, you're not allowed to cut a tree without permission. If you cut a tree, that would be imprisonment. I believe it's up to 5 years. So they are very conscious about the earth and the taking care of our planet. So a lot of the culture, a lot of the architecture, it demonstrated through this. I love this picture. It shows the Christmas spirit from the country. Are we listening to the music? Yeah, great. Here's some of the streets from Norway. Oslo, again, is a house for about 700,000 people. It's about the size of Columbus, Ohio, as far as the population, the downtown, or the city, I mean. But one of the things about Norway is the sunsets. Unbelievable sunsets. Unreal. Because the altitude that it's located in the part of the world, like I said at the beginning of the show, they are so way up north that there is a point in the summer, it's coming up, I believe, in the next few days, where the sun comes down, but it really never goes down. For the whole night, it stays down there right at the horizon, and in a few hours, it goes back up again. In the winter, you will have days where you only get 5 to 6 hours a day of sunlight, and the rest of the 24 hours it's darkness because of the position of the world. Now, if you want to look at the lights in the sky at night, this is a place to come. Like I said, Norway is not cheap, but it's worth it. Here's the fjord of Oslo. This is the elevators. Actually, these are public bathrooms. Look at that. How would you like to go to the bathroom there? We're going through my thousands of pictures. Now, every one of these pictures, I took it. I love this picture because it depicts of the sunsets, the colors. The water you're looking at is the ocean, but because it's come from the ocean, the water throughout the years, cut through. It's not deep, but it's connected to the ocean, so you can take these boats right into the oceans. When Norway was founded, they primarily were busy with fishing and hunting. Again, more pictures here with the city of Oslo. People like to bicycle. Now the weather could be brutal. The temperatures can drop way down. I want to show you another album. Oh, this is a delicacy that I got to try when I was there. This is moose hamburgers. It was one of the best hamburgers I've ever had. So you see that guy up there? Yeah, we were basically eating it. Oh, that was a good day. That burger is making me hungry. This is the famous Moose Burgers in Oslo. There is during the Christmas time in December. You can see how in the downtown area they set these warm-up areas, and they decorate these little villages. They're in a city. Did you know that mooses can swim? One of the best swimmers out there. My friend Carl was on a boat, and he saw this. He thought it was a wood drifted in the water, and he looked closely, and it was a humongous moose, the antlers of a moose swimming in the ocean. So that was news to me. I didn't know that mooses could swim. You see, this is a castle that this guy built in the back, ice. Now he didn't have to keep it cool because it was below zero that day. Winterland, right in the downtown of Norway. Now, Norway is different than England because you drive on the right side of the road, and they have good roads, good transportation. One thing about I love Norway is because there are so many fjords, the boats are free, and you can just jump on any boat and go from one side of the land into the other, and there is absolutely no cost. You just have to wait. I'm right there at the front of the building of the king. Now, if you see the flag flying on top, that's a sign that the king is in the building. If the flag is not flying, the king is not there. This day I experienced something very... Oh, you gotta see this. It's a real guy. Norwegian people are one of the tallest people in the world. I think I'm tall. I'm close to 5'11". I am 5'11". But this guy is pretty tall. So every day at 2:30 there is a shift. This is the King's Defense Army. You can see them standing right here. Much like in England, They are trained to defend the king with their own lives. They will fight you to death. Now, I don't believe they have. Yeah, they do have weapons. I think it's the British who don't have guns, so Norway do have it. But every day at 2:30, there is a shift of uh, guards, so they have to change. And it just happened that while I was there, I got to see the change. And as you can see, this is the beginning of them exchanging positions. So again, the King's Guards are changing places. It was quite an impressive ceremony. The weather, like I said, it was probably -10. This is the little place on the side of the palace, and this is worth seeing. The army is changing positions. Some of them are resting, and the new ones are ready to come in. Norway is very famous because of a lot of people that have lived through here, and the Norwegian people have an adventurous spirit. They love to travel. They love to experience the world, and many of their explorers, I think it was in Norwegian, the first man that went into the South Pole and put a flag of Norway. And Norway is one of the top countries of whose people travel the most. One of the reasons is their economy. They're strong in their economy, and they're able to travel. They can afford it. But most of the people, I would say a high percentage of the population have a passport, and they like to travel. And as you travel, you get to meet a lot of Norwegian tourists and explorers around the world. Here's another view of when the soldiers are shifting shifts. There are men and women who are involved in this process. The cuisine in Norway it's very good. Here's a short video I made me speaking in Norwegian. So if you want to hear Norwegian, here you can hear me. I'm right there from the fjord. I'm not speaking Norwegian, I'm speaking Spanish. So if you didn't know the difference, I got you. So Norwegian is very different than Spanish. It is said that in order for you to say Norwegian words properly, you have to swallow a small potato and keep it on your throat so that your accent can be just right. Again, they have long winters. I want to show you some of the history museums. I got to go to this war museum. Now, during World War II, Hitler tried to come into Norway. His plan was to, of course, world conquering, and he never really took control of Norway. The people defended it in the water, and they sank the warships, and they could not get into Norway, so they were protected from the Nazi recommend. So here's some of the older flags of Norway. Here's some of the old weaponry from that museum. And here is a very peculiar fortress that was developed. It's actually a wonder of how they built this in the water many years ago. And this is a miniature. Again, the Norwegian people are excellent as mariners, water people, and soldiers. The Vikings came from Norway. So here's some of the. I believe I have some of the pictures from them. Let's go. Let's continue to look into. Here's some of my favorite pictures from Norway. This is from the south part, from this stand. Look at this view. I love this majestic view of the fields. I took this picture with my phone, and the forest. Now, when you come into the airport, you are welcomed by this beautiful polar bear. Polar bears are common in the north part of Norway. Reindeer come from Norway. The reindeers that you see with Santa Claus and all of them, they're also run free. I took this picture as I was flying into one of my flights into Norway, and you can see. I believe this might be the city of Moss, Moss, and you can go there. Now, how do you get to Norway? Well, number one, you don't need a visa. If you have a U.S. passport, you can enter Norway. The Norway does not use the euro. You have to purchase the crowns. Now, in my hotel where I was staying, they have this little fellow where you can rent it, and this is the view of one of my friend's house from his front porch. You can look at that view, and I think it's just fantastic. This is in the south part of Norway, and I just love that view. All right, so let me interact with you. I'm going to stop this for a second, and I'm going to take some questions or comments if you're here. So let me see you're there. Whitney, do you have any comments, or Tanya, if you're there? You may unmute yourself, and we can talk for a moment. And while you get ready, I'll show you some more of this part of Norway. So this is where Oslo is. This is normally north and south. And very good friends of mine live right here in the city of Fredrikstad. Fredrikstad. Again, I'm showing you the view of Fredrikstad. You can look at the fjords. These are the common houses there. All right, then let's go here. And I'm going to show you something about the city of Fredrikstad, where they showed, they had this museum of this miniature village of Fredrikstad. So this was, I mean, it took hours and hours of work, of miniature work, to create all of this. So you can see it right there. I don't know if you can see it if you're on Facebook right now. Um, but if you're in Zoom, you should be able to see it. Hey David, is this the view that we're seeing on Facebook? This one that I'm seeing right here? Yeah. I'm showing some pictures. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me do that again. I missed that. Let me go back. There you go. So here we are. I don't know if you can see it or not. Not yet. Yep. So again, this is a copy, as you can see on the screen, of a miniature city built right in Fendistan. I mean, it must have taken hours to build all of this. Probably days. Everything is connected electric. Here's a scene. I love that. How they acted like if this was a fire going on. And again, it's all miniature. The people from Norway take pride on their work and the detail. They're artistic. Now, this is the real streets of the old city. Oh, here's my friend, and he's speaking Norwegian. So I'm going to let you listen in so that you can get a grasp and listen to what Norwegian sounds like. Now, Norway has affected, many countries. Actually, the country of Iceland that we will visit here in a few weeks, it was an island where they would send all the prisoners from Norway, all the bad Vikings that were rebelling or were not subjects, they will be sent into Iceland. So here we are in the old city of Frendistan. These are the boats that can transport you, the ferries. And like I said, these ferries are free, and you're able to take them and go. You get on the ferry and go around. So this was a beautiful afternoon. Now this was something special. This was during the Christmas time, 2018, that I had the opportunity to be there. And these are some of the typical drinks for Christmas. During Christmas, it has cinnamon, it has nuts, sweets. I'm not even sure all the stuff that it had, but it was terrific. Look at the poppies from This was a very special day because this was the day where they were gonna light up the tree in this village, and they had a little market before. That's the tree that was gonna be light up. This is one of the kings. He actually built this city, but he never got to live in there. And here's some of the markets. You can see some of the crafts that people there made. The wolf that they sell. The currency again is crowns. They use the crowns. I'll show you a little bit of what the life in this village is. Oh, this is a funny story. So, this is a waffle that they make in Christmas, and as you can tell, you know, you purchase it and then you put whatever you want. So I started making mine, and I didn't realize. So I first put the chocolate, butter chocolate, and then you put strawberry jam, and then you put a little cream, and then the brown things on top. I didn't realize that was bacon, so they were laughing at me because I was putting bacon on a sweet thing. It actually didn't taste bad at all. It was quite good. So here's a picture of it. The waffle with bacon. Food is exquisite, good. Some of the buildings. I love this small house. Now, I believe the Norwegians were the first ones that came up with this concept. This is an actual house. It's probably 400 square feet, the total size of this house. And you can look at it. There are people that live there. Right here on the left side, there is a little gallery of art gallery. I went in there with my friends, and after talking to the owner and getting to know them, she actually gave me a gift. She told me, just pick a piece of art that you like and I'll give it to you. And I still keep it to the day. Here's another picture of that small house. You can see it here. I believe this is a time where I don't know if you can hear it or not. Can they hear the video that it's being played on Facebook or on Zoom? Can they hear the video being played or not? No? That's okay. Here is the people begin to count. There were concerts, music, then the lighting of the tree. I believe stays on for several weeks. I think in the video, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the people are chanting and singing in the Norwegian way. They were stomping their feet and making all these awesome noises. Here's some of the views at night. The old city of Friendlystand, historic, monumental, streets of cobble. So, all right, I'm gonna go back out here
Here
to
to
Google Earth
Google
to
Earth
show
to
you
show
where
you
we
where we
are.
are.
This
This
is
is
again the
again the
pictures that we're
pictures that
looking. It's from Friendly Star, and I'm gonna show you once again where Norway sits. Um, Now Norway is connected to Sweden, and my friends that live in Friendly Star, it's very common for them. I actually crossed into Sweden to the city of Svinesund, and you can actually buy your food, which is cheaper in Sweden than it is in Norway. Gas is cheaper in Sweden than it is in Norway, so you can just travel on Highway E6, cross the border, fill up your car, get some food, drive back, and you save some money. Norway is a tall country. Like again, the coastline is hard to identify. But I don't know if you knew this, but there are some famous movies, many over 70 famous movies that have been filmed in Norway because of the views that you get there. Some of the famous movies include Harry Potter, Star Wars 5, Snowman, Captain America. I believe Civil War, Captain America was filmed as well in Norway. Thor, Ragnarok, Ex Machina, and the new movie coming out by Marvel, Black Widow, was also, much of it was filmed in the country of Norway. I have just a few more pictures to show you, and now most of the people live in the site. Now this was exciting. This is a little store called Los Tacos. I was there the day this store opened up. It's a new concept for Norway. They didn't know much about Mexican cuisine, and since I'm being Mexican, I had the opportunity to be there at the opening and try this food, and I got to enjoy some of it. Now there's some other restaurant with some of my friends there. This is the little cars you can actually rent and drive around town to get to see it. Let me see. There was a picture I was looking for that I wanted to show you. Anyway, let's go back to right here to Norway, and so this is pretty much we have for today. Let me go back here, and if you have any questions or anything you want to comment, I'm happy to come back here with you. And yeah, so do you have any questions or any comments? Please let us know. Okay, there's a question. So sure. Let me see. Oh yes, there's. Okay, let me go back. The food is really like they use a lot of potatoes in their food. Meat, it's good. Here's a question. The people of Norway, what special did you discover about them? The people of Norway are people who are fighters. They are also very adventurous, very explorers. Like I mentioned, some of the best explorers and most famous explorers in the world are Norwegian. The people of Norway are people that are very, very friendly, very, very good people. And it's really a joy to have some great connections there. Cultural differences. Here's another question. Things to avoid. Things to do, like handshakes, tipping. Yeah, tipping, you really don't have to tip in Norway, but if you do it, that's fine. things to avoid. I mean, don't be too crazy. People are very cordial. They're very proper. They're very good as far as that. Yeah, people are in Norway one of the tallest people. I think between Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, maybe Finland as well, have the tallest people in the world. uh, Chocolate covered bacon sounds delish. Yes, tiny house. So, um, yeah, one of the great heroes of Norway was a man who um, began to um, be, develop and show. Norway is a great example of capitalism that teaches its people to learn to make their own businesses, to work for themselves. They are very have a great work ethic. I think that's one of the best ways to describe the people of Norway that have a great work ethic, and work is very important. Young people start working from an early age, and they are taught to make the make their own jobs and to start earning money at an early age. So yeah, that's uh, that's some of the things that I wanted to share. All right, is there any other questions for today? All right, that's good. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Norway, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on our next episode of Our Way We Go. Our next destination will be to the beautiful country of Suriname. If you don't know where Suriname is, come to the next episode and I'll show you and take you right there to the beautiful people and country of Suriname. Have a great day, and I'll see you again. Thank you for joining, and thank you all. See you later.